Hold on.
Just all three of us just started.
We're good. Sorry.
Hey guys, JHOTC podcast. First order of business here. I'd like to issue an apology on behalf of all of us here at JHOTC for the lack of quality in recent episodes. This was the first season. This is the first time anything's been done like this at the school. So it's expected to be bumpy. Not everything can be smooth sailing all the time. So first off, just an apology for that. Do you want to join JHOTC podcast next year? If so, please come to 3HL next Monday. We're looking for youth. We're looking for the young ones. Mikey's not going to be there, even though he loves the kids. He loves the kids, but he's not going to be there.
Unfortunately.
So grade 8 to 11s, we need you guys to come in. We need you guys to show up in numbers. I'm talking big forces. I want you guys there, please. The meetings are Monday at lunch, Wednesday, Thursday after school, and Friday at lunch. You don't got to show up to all of them. You just got to show up to 2. The jobs are tech, hosting, script writing, field reporting, and more. If you think you can do my job better than me, please come on down. We'll see what happens. Alright, so today we got Mikey here, who is the most recent graduate from JH.
One.
So grad trends, how was it?
Honestly, it's not that bad. I think there might be I think it was a lot of extra stuff which doesn't help most students, because those that already have a plan have a plan. And also, it talks about what university you want to go into, what scholarships you want to apply for. By the time you finish graduate or grad trans, especially for everyone who doesn't graduate early, all that stuff is passed.
Yeah.
So I think a better option for a grad trans, for example, would be something at the very beginning of the year where you talk to your counselor for 10-15 minutes, talk about your options, and have a one-on-one conversation with someone who can give input into your answers, instead of how normally it is now, where I'm just given a sheet of tasks to accomplish, and I don't know whether I'm doing something which is considered smart or dumb, because I do not have the experience to make the decision. Counselors do, and I think that is how we're supposed to, is the best way of doing it.
Just to be clear, that's not the school. That's on the Ministry of Education requiring us to do grad trans. That's not the school's fault. I mean, the school. I feel like the school's done a pretty good job with making the best of what we have.
And the thing, and I'm not saying there isn't the resources. If you want to talk to somebody, there's always counselors available.
Yeah.
There's in the career center you can always talk to the teacher there, but just the program itself doesn't integrate that.
So how long did it take you? I'm sorry.
No.
You know what? I'm sorry, okay? I'm gonna put the best foot forward. It's season 2. I don't think I used that expression right. Sunil, go ahead.
I was say, how much of grad trans did you learn? What things did you learn while doing it? Because you said that you came in with some stuff you already knew that you were gonna do. What stuff were brand new to you that you had to come up with for grad trans specifically? How much? What percentage do you think?
A very small amount, because anything that's an actual decision to make I've already had to decide, because you have to apply to places. You don't have the choice to wait until March for you guys to make that choice. So, but for me, what was new was, I guess, more personal, reflection. We had to bring what they call an artifact, which is just some piece of memorabilia throughout your high school life which has an impact on you. Or I don't even think it's high school life, just any part of your life. And you just talk about how it influenced you and how it changed you. And that's really the only part that's new. When it talks about schools or careers, all of that, I've already had planned.
Is that required through the school? I'm sorry. Is that required through the ministry, or is that just something through the school?
So I talked to Miss Tui about it, and what she said was that now they're making CLC mandatory, which is the capstone project. So a lot of schools are making that right now, where you have to do that. Even in our grade, you have to do a capstone project. But our school, because we already had one in the personal projects in grade 10, they're saying it's not that we can get 1 year without a capstone project, or we have a choice not to do the capstone project because of that. And instead, this grad trans is just sort of mimicking the other CLC courses.
So yeah, Mikey, going back to the artifact, what did you bring in for the artifact? I'm just wondering, I don't know what to bring in myself.
So it's pretty open, you can bring whatever you want, but what I brought specifically was my grandfather, or great-grandfather, I think my great-grandfather in Poland in rural Poland when he was plowing the fields. He not chopping trees, but plowing the
I
fields.
was using a sickle.
Oh.
Is that what you? Is that what you
Yeah,
are? Or was that-
sickles.
Oh no, sickle is like this. What's this?
That's scythe.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
sorry.
So wait.
So what I brought was what, as I was saying, when he was plowing the fields, he found what he thought was a rock, but then he realized it was actually a tool that was probably used many thousands of years ago by ancient humans, and he gave it to my grandfather, who gave it to my dad, who gave it to me, and the reason I brought it was because it started my critical thinking, my in my interest into
You're
the
making me cry.
history, science,
You're making me cry.
so-
I'm sorry. That's a really beautiful, touching moment.
Yeah.
So I think that's it for Mikey. So we got one more question here. What's it like knowing that you're done? You're done high school.
It's very scary because I woke up today and I realized I can do whatever I want, but I need to do some things to live. Like
Eat. Oh man, I forgot to breathe today.
As soon as you graduated from high school, you actually got to start reading things.
I was sitting in bed lost because I didn't realize
That's crazy.
And I even today, it's only been a week, not even a week, it's been a weekend since I was at this school, and coming after the fact, you already feel like an outsider. So it's a tough.
Alright guys, that's been Mikey. We'll see you in the next bit. Personal projects. Personal projects are, I believe, check-in, or personal projects are due, or is it check-in?
I think they're presenting.
Okay, so personal
in
projects
February, right?
presenting
Next
is in
week.
2 weeks.
I thought it was next week. I think
Okay, maybe when this was written, personal projects should be done soon. Okay, if you're doing them, hop on them real quick.
And
right?
hopefully, if you're doing them, you know when they're due.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
So JHOTC is going to be live on location, except it's not going to be live because it's just not going to be live.
Yeah.
There's no way for us to actually film it live. It's not going to be live. Okay. Okay. So tips for the grade 10s from our time doing it. For me, just don't procrastinate. Just make sure you have something planned. Make sure you know what's going on.
is it?
Real sorry about that, guys. So, yeah, just make sure you have a plan, because you will. It's gonna be pretty obvious if people don't. Like,
What did you do for your personal project?
I built a computer.
Oh.
That was it was an interest of mine. I was like, this is something I want to do. This is something I've always wanted to get into. So I built my computer. Yeah.
Do you still use that computer?
Every single day for schoolwork. It was a good
Is
decision.
it not now a home for Thanos as well?
Yes, I have a Thanos bobblehead that Janice acquired through her workplace. I don't know how she acquired it, but she has it. So that's now sitting inside of my PC. So you really you have the opportunity to get something you're going to use for the rest of your life.
Yeah, like I actually I built a guitar for mine.
Yeah,
I had a lot
that's
of fun
probably
with
the
it.
coolest one I think I've seen.
Yeah.
That was dope.
It was alright.
What did you do, Sunil?
Mine, I regret it because I decided to go lazy with it. I didn't do a proper
Don't do
decision.
that.
It wasn't really worth it. I should have done something proper. I just did something about comic books, and it was. I didn't really learn anything from it, so it was a waste of my time. I highly recommend, especially people who are doing it next year or the week or like any time. Pick something that you are passionate about. It will make
Yeah,
the project 10 times easier. Just
and
it's
you
so
actually
much.
get something out of it other than a grade.
Yeah, because all I
You
got
will-
was a grade.
You need to make it enjoyable for yourself. That goes for anything, really.
Yeah, you don't want to
That's
be
true.
wasting your
Don't-
time with stuff.
JHOTC podcast, life lessons. Alright, Europe trip. So there's a Europe trip coming up. I believe there's information session sometime. I don't know. I can't go on it. I'm not eligible. But Marshall and I went to Europe when we were in grade 10.
And this is also why we need younger hosts on the podcast.
Yes, because
that we
we are
can-
old.
Yeah, we're getting old.
We're done
our
after
time
this
is
year.
our time is coming.
I'm my back's been thrown out. It's
Anyway, yes, Cameron and I went
Yeah.
on the Europe trip with the choir.
Yeah.
Was that 2 years ago?
2017.
So 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that trip rank among like one of the top experiences you've had?
I'm gonna say
Yeah.
it was the best experience of my life. I'm gonna say it was the best 2 weeks of my life. Which is pretty I mean, it's pretty sad to say that. Well, right now, okay, but
Yeah, it definitely ranks up there. I've had many extremely fun experiences though. All the Whistler trips we've ever been on, I've enjoyed.
yeah. But if this for me was something like crazy because this was the first time I ever actually got to see a new culture. Like I had been outside of like Canada, I've been to the States a bunch, but this was the first time where I actually like, okay, I'm a foreigner. Like this is different than how I live my life.
What really I really enjoyed was the ability that Europe seems to have to hold a balance between very cultural and historical traditional views and very progressive views.
Yeah.
I think that's absolutely amazing because here in North America, it seems like you can only ever be one or the other. You can be progressive or traditional. There's no way the two can mix. Whereas Europe does that very well. They can.
Yeah.
It's just an amazing culture to experience, and I think North America could learn a lot from it.
So anybody who's in the music programs should definitely consider it.
It's not
as a trip.
Is it music
I
program?
don't.
I think it's school wide.
Oh, it's school wide. Oh, I thought it was music.
So
We went on the music program.
Oh,
Yeah. So
okay.
I don't think there's any commitment right now. So even if you're like worried about the cost, just go ahead and like just show up, see if it's something you can do, get a good idea of it. But yeah, there's really nothing to lose by going to the meetings. All right, guys. Frozen yogurt fundraiser is in the calf, and that's going to be going until Friday. So if this episode goes up on Wednesday, depending on when you watch it, you should be able to get some today. I actually haven't bought froyo from the place, but it's frozen yogurt.
Supposedly it's good.
Yes, I've heard very much that it is the best frozen yogurt that they've ever tasted.
Really. I prefer ice cream myself. It's more unhealthy, but I prefer it.
The thing about frozen yogurt is you
It's
need
a
some
sacrifice.
nice fruit flavors in there.
I actually like milk dessert.
Milk dessert.
Yes.
Can you explain what that means?
At some supermarkets, Canada has very strict dairy laws,
Oh.
so they can't actually say ice cream.
Really?
They can say, it's like ice milk, milk dessert, stuff like that. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't believe I've actually seen that.
Yeah. If you go and you look at the bottom of the box, it'll say like milk treat, milk something.
But the school's not. We're not selling milk treat.
No, this
We're
is legitimate.
Frozen
Real stuff.
yogurt.
This is the real deal.
No, we don't lie to you.
So, is this frozen yogurt made in-house?
No.
There is no way I would buy frozen yogurt made by JH. I'm sorry, okay? I like JH. I know the people that go here, okay? I'm one of them, okay? If we can't keep our bathrooms and like the hallways like okay
That
for
is
more than
true.
a month,
Okay,
Yeah,
boys'
how-
bathrooms. We need, like, it's gotten better over the past little
That's
while.
true. That's true.
Last year was
But
terrible.
still,
Oh God.
That was.
actually, can we have no more shut down washrooms because of vandalism?
Okay, now that you say that, people are just gonna go do it now.
No, but no, we're just saying.
Now that you say that,
Hey,
people are gonna go do it.
But anybody's been at the school knows that there's been times. There's so many times where you have to go like all the way across, and it's terrible to having only one bathroom for the
Yeah.
It's
place.
awful.
We
Yeah.
need like.
It's actually awful.
Come on.
Well,
just
there's
come on.
usually
And-
two,
and
but
come on,
like I
come on.
usually want to
Usually
go
two, but, like,
upstairs.
That's just. There's what like 1,000+ kids in the school.
Do it for the custodians. The custodians,
that's
if you've
true.
ever
That's
talked
my
to them,
part of
they're
it,
the
too.
nicest people ever. Like,
Absolutely
and
nicest
we're,
people.
We're so unappreciative of them. So like just,
Even though we threw a big going away party for Boone, that does not make
Yeah,
true
it
for
doesn't
all the
make up
time
for, like,
we
years and years.
completely messed up the bathrooms.
all right, guys, we're gonna move on here to the suggestion box. We'd like to thank everyone who gave us a suggestion. Just to be clear, I have no idea what these are, so we're just gonna go through here.
And while Cameron's reading through it, if you want to put your own suggestions in, they're by the Eagle Airy, the shop there in the main hallway, right across from the office. Just there's a notepad and there's a pen there. Just write down a suggestion, put it in the box. Please do something that's actually helpful. Don't just write down a joke or something.
You
that's
can
not
do it
helpful.
anonymous. Like this one, like Sunil was saying, is very serious, and I'm actually very glad this came up. It's Fortnite. We're not gonna talk about that. ASMR is written here. I believe that's something that can be tackled. Do we want to do it right now?
You rub your
Wait, hold on. I got her in. Hold on.
I don't think the mic's working.
Alright guys, so now that I've had a restraining order placed on me by the school, we're going to be moving on here. We want the tea. I actually don't know what tea
I'm gonna
there
guess
would
that's
be.
peace tea?
No, pure
No,
leaf.
no.
Pure leaf,
Yeah,
whatever.
Mikey's not here, so we don't have it.
Pure Leaf Tea, we actually lost our sponsorship because Mikey left. Mikey was bringing in the big bucks. He is he's the pretty looks of the podcast.
But I
now that
believe
he's
you can
gone-
buy Pure Leaf at any 7-Eleven location near you.
Bring back Sunil is this one. He's right here.
The guys are back.
He's back.
Big thank you to Sunil who wrote this one. Buy yearbooks. Yes, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm looking for. Buy yearbooks and don't forget the grad quotes, baby photos, and signatures, which are due, I believe, February 22nd.
I handed mine in today.
Yes, and was it easy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mr. Chu is the nicest man in the world.
So just get on it, man. How are we gonna miss half of them already so that we have to schedule a new date?
Yeah, I mean, I did kind of forget the first time. but
Marshall,
Whatever.
you're part of the problem.
But you know what? Now you have a chance to fix it, so please, grads, hand it in.
You make mistakes, you learn from them, you move on.
That's gonna be it for today's
question of the
episode.
week.
I'm so sorry. Question of the week.
Oh, wait.
Technical difficulties. Do you want to be on the podcast as a guest? If so, come to 3HL either at Wednesday, Thursday after school, or Friday, and Monday at lunch. Who wrote this? Monday at lunch, Wednesday, Thursday after school, or Friday at lunch.
I don't think I should be
I didn't know Friday at lunch.
Okay, that's a new thing, alright?
Yeah, we have a new schedule for meetings for
I'm sorry. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this week's episode. We'll see you guys next week. Hopefully you'll be here. Thank you, and good day.
I should not be writing the script anymore.
Oh, God.
Be done with that.
Alright,
Alright.
let's get going.